What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. This is TFD, and we're diving into the latest Indiana Fever news. Looks like we've got a big update for tomorrow's rematch against the Atlanta Dream. Sophie Cunningham has officially been listed as questionable. So, for this one, we're heading down to Atlanta. Let's break it down. Now, if you've been following the Fever, you know Sophie's been in the headlines lately, but not just for basketball. She's been out since rolling her right ankle in the preseason, and while she's been practicing with the team, she hasn't suited up for a regular season game yet. It's a little strange because she's been active on social media, dancing, making TikToks, and looking pretty mobile. Honestly, it makes you wonder if there's something else going on because she doesn't look like someone nursing a serious injury. Just to keep it real with you, that's my take. But here's what we know for sure. The Fever initially ruled her out for tomorrow's game, but then updated her status to questionable less than 30 minutes later. That means there's still a chance she could suit up against Atlanta. The team could definitely use her. Her shooting and energy were missed in that one-point loss to the Dream on Tuesday, especially down the stretch. Coach Stephanie White has been optimistic about Sophie's return, saying she's making progress and looks more confident every day, but they're not rushing her back until she's fully ready. The official injury report lists her as questionable with a right ankle injury, so we'll have to keep an eye on the updates as game time approaches. And yeah, with all the chatter around the team, especially after that tough loss and some heat on Coach White for late game decisions, you know we'll be watching closely. I'm working on a video breaking down the coaching situation, so stay tuned for that. Alright y'all, here's what went down earlier today. So, it looks like Sophie Cunningham has finally broken her silence on some pretty serious accusations that have been floating around about her. Now, for those who don't know, Sophie is currently on the Indiana Fever roster, but she's been out with a left ankle injury. We haven't seen her on the court since preseason. Now, here's the thing, we have seen her around. She's been at practice, jumping around, dancing a little bit, looking active. So naturally, fans have been wondering what's really going on behind the scenes. Well, apparently, there's more to the story. Sophie is reportedly involved in a domestic-type situation. And I'm gonna break all of that down in just a moment. You might have seen some smaller channels touch on this story, definitely not the big media outlets, but some of those smaller YouTubers and blogs have been talking. So, here's the short version. Sophie Cunningham has been hit with some very serious allegations. And honestly, this could be a big part of why, allegedly, we haven't seen her suited up and playing much lately. Now, let me be real with y'all. I stayed far away from this story when it first started circulating. I didn't feel right reporting on it without all the facts. There were claims about her allegedly having an affair with an NBA executive, and yeah, there's even talk about money being involved. But today, Sophie finally spoke out, kind of. She just posted something on her Instagram account, and before we dive into all the accusations and details, let's take a look at exactly what she had to say, just her Instagram story. So, this is what she just put on her Instagram account. She said, "I am deeply saddened by the recent false accusations made against me by Gene Traylor, someone I do not know and have never met. Let me be clear, his statements are untrue and extremely hurtful. I am here to compete, play basketball at the highest level, and win for my team and my fans, while inspiring other women that they can do or be anything they ever dream of becoming. I hold myself to the highest integrity, and my values are what guide me on and off the court." To the media who reported on this, I have always spoken the truth and been transparent with any press inquiry. In this instance, it feels irresponsible that I was never asked for a comment about the accusation before. Several clickbait stories went to print. I will not let untrue gossip take my focus away from what is most important to me, which is basketball, my supportive team, and my fans. Sophie Cunningham. So, yeah, that's what she just posted on her Instagram a little while ago. And just like I told y'all, man, Sophie Cunningham is a hometown hero. I'm from Missouri too, and around here, she's a big deal. She's always repped the state, on and off the court. Now, let me be real for a second. I didn't want to put this story out there. I thought it was dumb. I didn't think it had any legs. No real credibility. It sounded like what Sophie just said herself. A bunch of gossip. Just noise. And yeah, we all know drama happens in sports. That's nothing new. But this wasn't about basketball. This was personal. It was messy. And I don't dive into that kind of negative, pointless BS. That's just not what I do here. But here's what's really going on, because I know some of y'all are wondering why Sophie even felt the need to say anything now. After that ESPNW post, this Indiana Fever guard Sophie Cunningham released a statement denying recent allegations that she was having an affair with Phoenix Suns and Mercury CEO Josh Bartelstein. The Suns also issued a statement Tuesday denying the allegations. Stacey Mitch, Phoenix Suns Senior Vice President of Communications. The recent reports concerning Josh Bartelstein and Sophie Cunningham are entirely false and morally reprehensible. Let's be absolutely clear about the origin of these claims. Attorney Sherry Wright, a personal injury and immigration lawyer, currently serving a 2-year probation with the Arizona State Bar for violating the rules of professional conduct, sees an opportunity because of the reports about previous ownership. Ms. Wright has now filed 4 separate lawsuits against the organization, seeking over $140 million in compensation. To date, her cases have been dismissed by the Equal Employment Opportunity Commission and Arizona Civil Rights Division, or voluntarily withdrawn. She continues to insert salacious lies and fabrications into her complaints, knowing that the media may report them as fact. As happened yesterday, she hopes to coerce the Phoenix Suns into settling. Sherry Wright will not extort our organization and never see a single dollar. We will pursue all available legal avenues and hold those accountable for participating in the spread of misleading and false narratives. Well, Yahoo Sports just dropped an article on it. Yup, it's officially starting to go mainstream. And when outlets like Yahoo pick it up, you know the noise is getting louder. That's probably why she jumped on IG to clear the air before things spiraled any further. So let's go ahead and take a look at exactly what Yahoo Sports had to say. WNBA star accused of having affair with married NBA executive, lawsuit reveals. A new lawsuit alleges former Phoenix Mercury player Sophie Cunningham had an affair with Josh Bartelstein, the married CEO of the Phoenix Suns and Mercury. The lawsuit, filed by Gene Traylor, the Suns' former director of safety, security, and risk management, accuses the organization of racial discrimination and includes claims of organizational misconduct. Traylor alleges that Cornelius Craig, the Suns' vice president of security and risk management, spread damaging rumors about Bartelstein's alleged relationship with Cunningham, 28. Traylor claims he reported these concerns to Bartelstein, who did not take action. When Bartelstein asked plaintiff to reveal what Craig was saying, plaintiff explained that Craig had been telling others. Josh Bartelstein is F. King Sophie Cunningham. The lawsuit reads. The Independent has contacted representatives for the Suns, the Mercury, Fever, and Cunningham for comment. Stacey Mitch, the senior vice president of communications for the Suns, denied these allegations in a statement to the Independent. The recent reports concerning Josh Bartelstein and Sophie Cunningham are entirely false and morally reprehensible, she said. Mitch also criticized Traylor's attorney, Sherry Wright, noting her disciplinary history with the Arizona State Bar. She continues to insert salacious lies and fabrications into her complaints, knowing that the media may report them as fact. As happened yesterday, she hopes to coerce the Phoenix Suns into settling. Sherry Wright will not extort our organization and never see a single dollar, Mitch said. Cunningham played for the Mercury from 2019 to 2024 after being drafted by the team in the second round of the 2019 WNBA draft. Although she signed a contract extension through 2025 last September, she was traded to the Indiana Fever in February. Cunningham did not play in the Fever's season opener against the Sky on Saturday due to an ankle injury. Like I said earlier, man, we all know Sophie Cunningham just dropped a statement addressing the whole situation. And now, folks online, especially on Twitter, are really starting to talk about it. This thing is picking up steam, it's starting to grow legs. But like I always say, we gotta keep the main thing. And that's basketball. All this outside noise? It's unfortunate. Nobody wants to see a player go through stuff like this, especially someone like Sophie. But hey, once she spoke up about it publicly, we had to cover it. That's just how it goes. Now on to something a little more relevant to the game, because I do have an injury update on Sophie. Scott Agnes just posted something over on Twitter, giving us some insight into where things stand with her and a possible return to the court. So let's go ahead and head over to Scott's Twitter page real quick and check out what he's saying about Sophie's status right now. Sophie Cunningham continues to make progress and is nearing a return after missing the last 2 games with a right ankle sprain. Look down, he update again said Sophie Cunningham, right ankle, remains out. She will not play Thursday in Atlanta, but she did make the trip. This is Sophie here. Alright y'all, so there she is, Sophie Cunningham. Looks like she's out there warming up, getting some shots up. This could be a sign that a return to the court is right around the corner. But listen, I want to hear from you. Drop your thoughts down in the comments right now. What do you think about all these accusations that have been swirling around? And how do you feel about Sophie possibly making her return soon? Steph, White on the final play of the Atlanta game.
Go back to maybe the final play. Anything stood out to you after really able to dissect that?
Yeah, I mean, I felt like when we got a little bit disrupted, we probably should have used the timeout, in that situation. We like that action that we can use to get AB a touch. We got a little bit disrupted. I even liked our first shot. They made a heck of a defensive play. So when we had the opportunity to regather, could have used the timeout. So that's on us. But sometimes it's a catch-22 with allowing defenses to set. It's a growing process for us with this group.
Is there an emphasis to get more threes? That was one thing that I took away outside of Caitlin. You guys really didn't get many 3-point attempts.
I think if it happens in flow, where we'd like to get more threes is in transition, but we just didn't do a good enough job of rebounding to be able to get out, or on dribble attacks and sprays. They forced us to get very tunnel vision with their physicality. I felt like we missed some opportunities. Shooters were getting it late, a little bit uncomfortable or not expecting it sometimes when they did get it. So I felt like they just disrupted our timing, and that kept us from getting some clean ones.